Hello, I am Quinny. Welcome to the channel, guys. In this video today, Celtic have been getting transfer business done. Benjamin Siegrist joins the club today as a free agent. He takes on the number 31 jersey. What does that mean for the goalkeeper situation at the club? And it is highly anticipated and expected, almost all but confirmed, Alexandro Bernabei is going to be joining the club. Celtic and Lanus have agreed a halfway house fee. We've got a sell-on clause on it as well, and it feels like his imminent arrival at Lennox Town is all but there. Jota, it feels like we're saying the same thing about him over and over again, but also as well, with the transfer business we've now completed with these signings and the other targets that we're lining up, what does that tell us for the next season of Celtic? What does that tell us the manager's thoughts are on the strength and the flexibility of the squad and how we're going to evolve next year on the European stage and domestically? At any point in the video today, if you laugh, you learn, you like something or whatever, please do like and subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff, guys. Stay out of trouble, and let's get stuck into it. If you could hit the subscribe button, I do daily global football content, everything from Wonder Kids and Rising Star Managers to fantasy football and watch-alongs. That will also automatically enter you into my April giveaway. This month I'm giving away a rare under-23 midfielder, Luciano Ferreira of Rosario Central, and 2 limited goalkeepers. If you want to stick around to the end of the video, we'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Earlier today, the club announced it on their official Twitter account that the goalkeeper is signed and he's coming in with a number 31 shirt. They've put a good wee bit of production into it, which is nice, but it does feel like he is going to be the solid number 2 goalkeeper for the upcoming season behind Joe Hart. I expect him to play like the early rounds of cups and stuff, maybe some quarters and semi-finals if he hits form. Maybe next season he might be able to push Joe Hart if his age does start to catch up with him, and maybe over and above that, maybe he does become the short-term replacement to Joe Hart whenever he does eventually leave the club and move on to pastures new, whatever that might be at that time. Now, Bernabei, on the other hand, is a totally different kettle of fish. I actually think this signing transforms the first 11 in a big way. When you look at how weak we've been at left back this year, and that's not a slight on Greg Taylor, but in large portions of the year, we had Ralston at left back, we had Juranovic at left back, we had lots of different hodgepodge kind of options come in there. Even Bolingoli got minutes last year. So having Taylor kind of established now as a credible first team player under Ange Postecoglu, and then this new boy coming in, and like the difficult thing about Bernabei is there's not enough sample size there to really analyse all of his appearances and minutes and really see what the club has identified in him, beyond some raw metrics on beyond what he's shown already in the limited appearances that he's had. But from the short little bursts of appearances and footage that you can get your hands on, it does seem like a very aggressively attacking left back, quite similar to the way we've seen like Juranovic and Ralston play. And I think this guy will be a really good option for us as he develops in different games where we do need that real outlet. You know, the kind of thing that keeps popping into my head when I think about this guy is, if you think about the goal, I forget who was it, maybe against Man City, when Chams played the ball out the left flank and Tierney's got onto it. We need a left back that can do that with distinct quality. Taylor does try it, but he doesn't always have the end product on the end of it. Hopefully this guy can offer that. I do expect Greg Taylor to still rack up a credible amount of starts this year, but Bernabei for me I think is going to be a real, we'll play him when it's offensively beneficial to have that as an option on the left hand side. Maybe we're going to be playing a counter-attack system against some teams in Europe perhaps, or maybe if we're just super dominant, you need that bit of pace for acceleration to counter-attack, and depends on what other players are on the pitch. Maybe he will be the outlet that will do that if, for example, a Rio Hatate isn't on the pitch. Now, last time we looked at the depth chart for Celtic, this is kind of the way I had it laid out. We had dropped in like Taylor, Harwood, Bellis, Ortega, some of the guys we've been linked to already, and kind of said like, yeah, if these guys come off, this is how I would see them fitting in. Now, we've got Bernabei coming in with Greg Taylor for competition at left back, so it feels like the defence is all but there. We do need another option in there behind Starfelt. Christopher Julian, of course, is coming out in the press now saying he's going to stay and fight for his place, and if we weren't to sign someone else, I really wouldn't mind Julian being behind Starfelt if he's happy to do that and not be a bad egg. With that being said, if the management have decided that he's a bad apple and we don't want him anymore, then again I would wholeheartedly stand behind him with that. Now, the last time I'd left this topic off, I'd kind of said like, in midfield we need another body, but what profile and what position you put them in, you could make lots of different arguments for. Now, all we've really seen in the press in terms of links and serious attempts at transfers is to Vinicius Souza. Now, Vinicius Souza is an out-and-out defensive midfielder. He's got great progressive plays, he's got great counter-attack passing potential as well. He's a really modern centre defensive midfielder. He's big, he's strong. offers you all the plus sides that you would want, and with his age you would hope any negatives that he's got you can coach out with him and he can progress past. But putting him into this shape here then instantly puts him in competition with Callum McGregor, which means McGregor then needs to move where the manager thinks he's going to be the priority player. So I think if you go on that basis, Vinicius Souza would come in as the number 6, if you like, the defensive midfielder for the team. McGregor then probably is going to occupy the number 1 spot on that same side of the pitch, or in that same sort of role that we've seen Rio Hatate doing, that really busy centre midfielder that's going to get on all the passes and move all across the pitch. McGregor's strengths really, and I would see him then coming into direct competition with Rio Hatate. And as things stand, I would actually then think Turnbull and O'Reilly would actually come into direct competition for minutes and places as well on that side of the pitch if the manager was to stay with the same kind of formula that we have seen in Season 1. The way that Yokohama F. Marinos developed under Ange Postecoglu in his last job, in their very first season they played the same shape that we did, and across Season 2 and Season 3 this is more the sort of shape that developed. Now I've still got Greg Taylor in here, but if you imagine that's a Bernabei type along with Juranovic on the right hand side, these types of fullbacks, if you've then got a Vinicius Souza and a Callum McGregor in there, they can get real full license to go on and be the wide attacking players. And we've then got the likes of Jota and Maeda who can tip inside to play with guys. I'd probably make Turnbull the number 1 option in this team, in this type of shape, with Kyogo up top. But equally I think there'd be a fantastic argument to say that Giakoumakis would be the main man up top, and then you'd have the potential to play Kyogo in this role, and he can just collect all those balls as we counter-attack in the bigger matches, for example, maybe Champions League, or those games where we're really dominating in the SPFL. Maybe you don't need Vinicius and Callum McGregor to both sit in this kind of situation, but like I said last season, there has to be a way to get all 4 of these attackers on the pitch. This is a system that Ange Postecoglu played in Japan. This is a system that all these players could play in theory in their different positions, and I really wouldn't rule it out if a linchpin piece like Vinicius Souza could come in. Now we have had some tentative links to some other forwards across Europe. I don't think there's any need at all for another striker unless the manager believes there's the potential for Kyogo and Giakoumakis to be playing simultaneously, and you still need that option from the bench to enhance that system in the last 20 minutes of a game. I'm really excited to see the Bernabei one get done nice and quickly. He'll be in for pre-season, Siegrist the same, and it feels like the club is just like a Vinicius Souza transfer away from probably saying job done, the main squad is completed, and this is how we're going to charge on through the season. We'll then see the club maybe delve into, like, in the last couple of seasons we keep buying these random reserve players from Sheffield Wednesday or Barnsley or youth players at Bolton or whatever. So we'll probably still make a few signings like that won't make any sense or real impact on the club in general. And then maybe we have some more other kind of ones where we're trying to get guys over from Ireland again and whatever. But I do feel that we are only really probably one big linchpin piece away. And if we are going to save money by keeping Julian at the club, then you can really throw the kitchen sink and make sure you get this Vinicius Souza over the line if he is that crucial to maybe a strategical development at the club. Now, with all that being said, things might not change. He might just play in Callum McGregor's role, and it might just be like I laid out earlier. It's McGregor and Rio rotating, and Turnbull and O'Reilly rotating. The last other possibility that's thrown out there is maybe Turnbull sold at some point. He could go for a lot of money if somebody was to come in for him. And how congested the midfield is, we haven't even spoken about Ideguchi, who is highly rumoured to be getting way more minutes next season. There's still some unknowns to be determined, but I think we can see a direction that the team is moving in. It's just about solidifying all those double options to give us some of that versatility, because all the forwards we have, with the exception of Giakoumakis, are widely versatile and can play in a lot of different roles and situations. They can interchange, they can swap left and right, and whatever. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff. Stay out of trouble, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. Let's get into all the giveaway stuff before I let you go. I'm still doing monthly giveaways, and I'm making it easier to enter. If you want to be entered to win this month's prize or any future giveaways here at the channel, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button, you need to be a subscriber to enter, then leave a comment down below. Each month, a random comment from a random video will be selected as the winner, so the more videos you leave a comment on, the better the chance you've got of winning any of my giveaways. All the winners are announced at the end of videos the same way as we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. As always guys, if you've enjoyed the video today, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. On screen there now is some other stuff that I've made that YouTube thinks you might enjoy. Stay out of trouble, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.